Hey guys, it is Kuze today, bringing you a Starcraft 1v1 between oGsMC as the red Protoss and KawaiiRice, he's known as WTF right now in this game, as the blue Terran running Metalopolis today. It's a map we've casted before. Obviously the two high yields in the middle as well as the Zelnaga Watchtower is very important to this game. While these players are setting up, I want to take a moment to mention the fact that if you guys have replays, send them to us, CESNreplays@gmail.com. Also, if you're looking to commentate, interested in commentating, maybe making a little bit of coin for doing so, go ahead and send an email to CESNcaster@gmail.com and get the details about it. We are always looking for new casters, and we are willing to pay you a little bit. You're not going to pay you like a ridiculous salary or anything crazy like that, but get paid to do what you love to do, and that's what CESN is about. So anyway, here we go. oGsMC sending out his first scout, and he's going to pick incorrectly here, but it doesn't really matter. There's only 4 spawns on this map, as we've mentioned before, so he's going to very quickly figure out where KawaiiRice is. KawaiiRice, go ahead, building a supply depot, nothing too ridiculous. Neither player going to be a cheese player. Most of the games we cast aren't going to be cheese casts because most of them aren't very fun or interesting. They are funny though, so there will be the occasional one on this channel, but don't hold your breath anytime soon. And here we see MC now picking the correct spawn. So he's going to see this barracks, this supply depot, there's no gas or anything, and he's going to know he's got a little time to get himself ready. He's got this gateway coming. He's going to put probably a Zealot out, and then a Cybernetics core, and then a Stalker, as we've seen all too often. So taking a look real quick, he's getting his assimilator down here. Actually, MC's got a slight advantage in terms of workers. He's got 17 at this point. KawaiiRice got 16, but otherwise they're pretty much even right now. We see KawaiiRice a little bit behind on getting the scout out, so he's not going to know where MC is right now, but he's going to figure it out pretty quickly. Metalopolis is not a huge map, so it's not as important to get a scout out on a map like this as it is on a map like, I don't know, Lost Temple, pretty big, something like that. Whereas, this one's Scrap Station, a couple others. You can wait a little bit. Also, sending out a scout too early is not always the best move. If you go in there and all you see is, a pylon and a gateway, you're not going to learn too much about what your opponent's planning on doing as mid to late game shows up. So, anyway, we see that Cybernetics core coming down here from MC. It's going to get that warp gate research, and up here we see he's got that Zealot already. He's got it in the hold position, it looks like. I know he's just going to let this scout get through, which is interesting. He wouldn't kill you. It's only got 3 health left, and it's just going to scout around. It's going to see this pylon, just hanging out. It's almost dead, but it's all good. Smoking that cigarette rather. Can't afford cigars. It's an SCV. Doesn't get enough in terms of wages. But we see the scout coming back here, and it's going to finish off that SCV. So nothing too major going on yet, though. Still got second barracks coming out. Command center, early command center from KawaiiRice. That's interesting. He's going to go ahead and expand with that, fly it over to his natural, presumably. But you never know. He could fly it over to this other base here. And we see MC moving out now with the Stalker and the Zealot. Probably going to do a little harass or just see what he can see. Got a probe ahead of time, scouting out a little bit. Probably going to check this natural. Would be a smart play considering actually KawaiiRice probably going to do it in a second. Looks like he's either going to fly it over or secondary. I don't think he's going to mine off of that line twice. Got a barracks coming down from KawaiiRice. Got a couple of Marines here. Probe not going to engage there. Doesn't have any backup. And I think right now KawaiiRice is enough here to hold off, especially with a bunker. MC's advancing, and sure enough, he's going to retreat right now. But he's got a proxy pylon down there, and he's got another Stalker coming in, so he's going to be probably using this proxy pylon to warp in Stalkers and Zealots, keep the pressure up. Take a look real quick at the production. We see an orbital command coming down now from KawaiiRice, as well as stem pack research and a Marauder. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got MC bringing in a robotics facility, and it's interesting he's not getting any more warp gates. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Sorry. 2 more down there. And he's got his warp gate reach finished, so not using that proxy pylon quite yet. Going to go ahead and get a natural, and good move by him. He's actually going to, I don't know what KawaiiRice is waiting for here. He's getting his SCVs out early, it looks like, and then going to fly over afterwards, which is actually a pretty smart move, think about it. And MC's going to hang out, get his natural up. Not too much action early. No harass really from either player. I see a starport coming down from KawaiiRice. It looks like he's going to go Marine Marauder ball with a Medivac above it. And we'll see if that is enough. We would assume if at this point MC starts looking to get Colossi, he's going to be in a pretty good position here. That's going to tear through those Marines. No Forge though, interesting, so he's not upgrading those tier 1 units. So we will see if that comes into play later. I don't think it will though, but you never know. We got a factory coming out, and Starport coming out, and another barracks coming out. So go ahead and lift those, switch them around, get that reactor on, and get that Medivac going. Meanwhile, over here we see MC trying to put pressure on here, but he really can't get in here. It's good defense from KawaiiRice. Can't really do any harass. He's just sort of forced to hang out, macro up. Nothing too ridiculous so far from either player. He's got a couple of stalkers on his line, thinking maybe he's going to get dropped, which is it's always a smart idea to have some defense on your mineral line in case there's some sort of cheesy play in terms of void rays or Medivac drops or something like that. Mutas in particular also a real bitch to deal with. And you see MC already got his mineral line fully saturated there at his natural, so it's good play from him. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see KawaiiRice move that orbital command in fairly soon. He's slacking a little bit on it, getting it over there. And now we see he's actually, there we go, he's moving it over. KawaiiRice getting his units out now. He's got 2 Medivacs, a couple Marines, and about 4 Marauders in there. It's a decent sized force. I mean, MC's gonna have enough to deal with it. He's got an Immortal out at this point, so there's not gonna be too much to worry about for him. Take a look at the unit stat. He's got 5 Zealots, 7 Stalkers, an Immortal there, and that should be more than enough. And you see a sweep coming in now from KawaiiRice, checking it out, and I wouldn't be too surprised if he just sort of, he's going to hold up there for a second and try and micro it down. But it's good work getting that Immortal down quickly. KawaiiRice not doing so great there, but great force fields from KawaiiRice, managing to block that off and get a couple of extra shots on that Marauder. He's going to get away, it looks like, but it was up. Yeah, he got the Marauder. So those force fields coming back, playing a good role there. KawaiiRice runs to that high ground, losing a Medivac though. That is not good for him and a Marine. So he is in full retreat now. He is in serious trouble. He's gonna get as many of those units as he can in the Medivac, but this Marauder is really screwed right here. He's just gonna run around, trying to kite those maybe and see KawaiiRice making the mistake of putting those back down. I don't know what he's doing there. Losing another Medivac. He should have probably just fully retreated back into his natural. We see an observer here from MC. He's going to be able to see this army here. Let's see, that's fun to say. And we see he's in full attack mode here. He is coming in with a ton of units. He's got 9 Stalkers, 2 Immortals, 2 Sentries, 9 Zealots, and 2 Observers as well in there. And he's a little bit behind in terms of his probes to SCV ratio, but it's not going to really matter. He's got a much bigger army at this point, and so if he can take advantage of that fact, he's going to be in a really good position here. You see another nice force field going down. That barracks doing a little bit of damage, getting 1, 2, 3 of those Zealots, and it looks like he's also bringing his SCVs off the mineral line to provide extra protection. And it's interesting, MC's going to back off for now, and a great play here from KawaiiRice, going ahead and getting another expansion. Unfortunately for him, it looks like MC is going to see that coming, and it's probably going to go down pretty quickly at this point. He doesn't have sight on it, actually. Oh, he does have sight. There he is. He's putting another proxy pylon there. It's actually worth mentioning that other proxy pylon he had right here, it was destroyed by KawaiiRice. But we see him, moving in really quickly to deal with this MC, and he's bringing all of his forces. He's not quite sure what is in there. It's interesting that he's going to just go ahead and attack it. He's got the unit advantage here in terms of army count, so he shouldn't be too worried, but there are 11 Marauders now out there, and those are going to be problematic, to say the least. And we got a sweep coming in from KawaiiRice, taking a look at what that army exactly entails. Losing this command center, though, that is a huge loss for KawaiiRice. He's got a nice Marine Marauder ball here with 3 Medivacs, but he's got to be more careful with those Medivacs. He really didn't do so hot with that micro last time, losing 1 in the retreat, losing 1 when he decided not to fully retreat. And he's got to stop second guessing himself and just either all out go for it, all out retreat, and not really sort of play a neutral game in which he loses important units like that Medivac. Right here, he's just going to go ahead and get that pylon. Pretty safe play from him. That's going to make sure that doesn't use the warping units later in the game. Got a Nexus coming in here for KawaiiRice. Figures, what the hell, I'll match him, and I have the units to actually protect it. He's also got all these probes ready to rock, so he's going to get that fully saturated real quick. Got that gas coming up really quick. Take a look at the production tab. We have Colossi coming in. It looks like he's got that robotics bay researching that extended thermal lance, and that is going to be a huge advantage for him. He's already got one Colossi out, actually got a second coming really quickly, and he's also got Charge Zealot research going in from that Twilight Council. So that's going to be really helpful for him against this Marine Marauder ball. The Charge Zealot not as much, but those Colossi really just shred Marines and Marauders to a large degree to bits as long as you keep him defended, and he's got the Zealots to do it, and that's what that charge research is for. Splitting his forces here a little bit, making sure that this isn't destroyed. Here we go, those extended thermal lance going to get great range on these Marauders. Almost killed one actually, one of those Marines, 30 health. And once again, you see KawaiiRice not fully backing out and deciding to turn around and fight, and this is the second time he's done it in this game, and it's really hurting him. Once again, he's going to try and probably get everything up into this Medivac that he can save, but it's really not going to be enough. You look at this force, it's enormous. He's got like a ton of Zealots with charge, so these three guys are going to be in deep trouble. It's going to be like the group war opening, and they are just totally screwed. And splitting in half. That guy not in great condition. But we see he's got a couple Medivacs here. He might Medivac drop this main. It would be a really gutsy move. Unfortunately, MC has got the Stalkers back here. There's a really good play by him, knowing that maybe they're going to have a little cheesy stuff going on because KawaiiRice getting a little desperate here. He's going to get one of those Medivacs, almost get the second. That one's got 7 health left. That is unfortunate. But we see, yeah, he's KawaiiRice running out of options here. He's bunkering up this natural as much as he can, defend it, trying to get this other expansion, and it looks like he's going to get a planetary fortress to protect it as much as he can, and it looks like he's going to try and drop. I mean, if I was in his position, I would try and drop here. There's not too much he can do in terms of workers. Take a look really quickly. He actually does have the advantage, but the more he can slow down that worker advantage, or take advantage of his worker advantage rather, the better condition he's going to be in, particularly when he's a full expansion down. CMC warping in a couple more Stalkers, getting those Colossi in there. Take a look at production. He's got another one coming. He's got 3 now actually as well. And this is a pretty good big force, very good against Terran, particularly in this Colossus build. He doesn't have any like tanks, or he's got a couple of Vikings now to deal with those Colossi though, and so he's got to MC's got to make sure that those Vikings get taken care of by Stalkers. Make sure those Stalkers stay close to those Colossi, and that the Zealots get them good protection against the Marine Marauder balls. And he should really be in a really good position here. That Proxy Pylon in a good position to warp in 5 more Stalkers to make sure those Colossi stay defended. And here we go, Guardian Shield up, and those Colossi just ripping through these bunkers. And those Marauders, and a great blink move by those blink Stalkers, getting us surround on all of these Marauders SCVs in to try and do some damage. And those charged Zealots are getting in on those Marauders, and KawaiiRice gonna GG before that fight is even over. And it was just a great game from MC, really reacting well, getting that. Oh, look at that! That is beautiful. What great graphics. And you got those Colossi coming in and just doing great damage with that extended thermal lance, and making sure that KawaiiRice really couldn't get anything going with that Marine Marauder ball. He probably should have diversified his forces a little bit more, and he should have probably done a little bit better micro job with those Medivacs. But otherwise, not too much he could have done. It was just a great job from MC. We do see that KawaiiRice had a forward fight here, forward position. He actually got this Nexus while we were concentrating on MC, but it wasn't going to be enough. This is those 3 Medivacs that were sort of cheesing it down here. You see that. Actually, KawaiiRice had brought everything forward, MC rather brought everything forward, but there was just no way he was going to be able to win this game, so we went ahead and GG'd. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this has been Kuze for the Contraband Esports Network, and I will see you guys next time we cast something.